years of experience working with parents and students as an educator, and she's a life coach, and she is a counselor and an educator and a mother. So she has seen exams, all different domains, and she will be sharing so many things or the simple formula that which is a which is a main constraint when we think about exam. That's memory. So let's hear her knowledge. Let's get absorb her knowledge and let's see what she's going to give us this step through. So I call upon Miss Deepti to come forward and give us this.
Thank you so much, Tara. Hi, good evening, everyone. I feel so delighted to be here today. It's an honor for me to be a part of this global webinar where there are expert speakers across the world to help students. And I sincerely pay my gratitude to Dr. Farhan, whose desire and efforts bring us all together on this platform to share our experience, our expertise for this great cause. As an educator, I have been working with students and children very closely. And apart from helping them in academics, my focus has always been on creating a strong parent-child bond. And I'm helping them to create a harmonious relationship. And what I have observed that the word exam not only brings stress and anxiety in students, but also bring lot of pressure in parents and educators as well. Everyone feels a pressure to perform, and those who are not able to make it up to the expectations, they feel depressed and might face some kind of mental or emotional challenges in their life. I have observed and felt that if we change our perspective, the way we look towards the exam, then these problems might get resolved. And in my career, the day I have changed my perspective, the way I look towards the exam, I have felt a great change in myself as an educator and as a mother also. And I have got very positive results in my students and my children. So I'll be sharing my thought process, my way of looking towards exam with you all. And I hope you will definitely use this lens for with your students or with your children as well, and will get benefited out of it because it is tried and tested with from my side. So what I feel, I'll explain it with an acronym that exams are exploring exciting approach for mastering skills. This is what I perceive exam as, because when we prepare for any exam, so we are exploring many ways. And I think that are the exciting ways. And all these ways which we explore for any exam definitely lead us to mastering some skills. I don't consider exam as judging someone or comparing one student with the other. For me, I feel that every individual is different and has a unique abilities. They have their own potential. So we cannot compare one person to the another. And this is really a very wrong way that creates a huge pressure in the students as well. So I consider that exams, we should take exam as an opportunity to master skills. And the skills we master in this process will definitely help us in our lives. So this is my perspective of looking towards the exam. And to explain it more further, what I think, again with an acronym, that the efforts we put in for any exam, whatever efforts we put in to clear any exam, brings excellence and adaptability to manage success in life. So whatever we try for any exam, this that's not never get wasted. It gives us two main qualities, which is excellence and adaptability. And these two qualities are very important to manage any person. We all are striving for the success. So success is always comes with these two qualities, excellence and adaptability. What I feel, and my perspective of looking towards the exam is this, and I think that everyone have tried to think, if you give this kind of perspective about the exam to someone, then definitely one of the most important problem which we face related to the exam, whatever we call it, stress, anxiety, and any problem we feel, we can beat the stress with changing our lenses toward the exam. So I think you all agree with this and try to use this kind of perspective towards the exam. And moving on further, the second thing is memory. It is the most important ingredient to success any exam. And everyone feels that memory is very much important. Let me ask you one question. Have you ever been blanked out during your exam, even though if you have studied well for your exam, that particular topic? Yes, of course, we all have experienced it, that sometimes it happened with us that we completely get blanked. We try to recall that thing, but we are not able to do that. So memory is not just memorizing the facts, not just cramming the things. Memory is understanding the facts, then retaining it and retrieving the information when it matters the most. So memory has three main steps. First is encoding, that means processing the information, understanding the information. Then second is storing that information, retaining it in our minds. And then third is the retrieval, that means recalling that information whenever it is required. If we are able to recall that information when it is needed and required, then we can say that we have a good memory. And if any of these three steps is missing, then definitely it impacts our memory. So we have to focus on each step if we want our memory to be sharpened and if we want success in our exam. Livewire, Dr. Farhan, Dr. Hina has done a lot of work on memory with students and adults, from being knowing the innate abilities of the brain through radiology to enhancing their capabilities and brain abilities and strength through various tools and techniques. They have got wonderful results. I'll not be talking about much about it because it's a long story. So just getting it very crisp, the two main aspects of memory, which are we can say they are the prerequisite of memory. First is the learning. So by learning, we means that whatever we are giving the input, learning is that understanding the concept, the first part of the memory, that is encoding. And if a person, if a student and any person aids in his or her learning through their prominent learning style, every person has their prominent learning style, which are visual, auditory, or kinesthetic. Everybody has some special, out of these three, one is the special one. So if we aid our learning through our prominent learning style, then we have a good learning and in turn we have a good memory. So it makes the learning and memory easier. And the other one is concentration. And we all know that concentration is very important in our life. But in today's fast paced real life, it is really very hard to concentrate and a big challenge to focus on one thing for more than few seconds because our attention span are very shorter. In ancient times, people used to gaze at a candle flame without blinking their eyes to increase their concentration and focus. And in yogic practices, it is called Tratakriya. Many of you might be know about it. But in this online platform, we are not able to perform this Tratakriya or candle flame. So we'll be doing one activity for increasing our concentration to give you a glimpse of the activities, how we can enhance our memory and our concentration. So are you all ready for this activity? Okay. So we are going to play a video for you. You all have to just sit straight with all your senses active and follow all the instruction given in this video. And I hope you will all get benefited with this video. So are you all ready? Shall we start? Yes.
Mindful looking. This activity will enhance your observation skills and make you better at focusing. These are great skills for artists and will help you to focus in class. You need to sit comfortably facing the screen. You can sit in your chair or on the carpet, whichever your teacher prefers. The screen is gradually going to fill with bubbles of all different types. Some of them will be big, some small, some will be orange, some blue, some may be multicolored. I want you to look at the yellow bubble. Only the yellow bubble. Follow it wherever it goes with your eyes. Don't be tempted to look at any other bubble. Stay with the yellow one. Pay close attention to it. Now look at the blue bubble. Follow it closely. Keep looking. Some of them might start to pop to try and distract you, but don't let them. Now switch to the green one. Pay attention to it. This means only think about this one thing. Keep track of it, even if it goes behind another bubble. Now look for the smallest bubble. Your eyes will have to scan over the whole screen to spot it. Don't shout out which one it is. Stay silent. Now pay attention to the fastest bubble. Well done. Now you've exercised your focusing skills, you can put these into practice in your lessons.
I believe your eyes followed the correct ball. And with this, your posted concentration, I'll stop myself and thank you very much for listening to me. And let's dive into the session with the expert speakers. Over to you, Tara ma'am. Thank you, everyone.
Before you all switch to next session, please write in a chat box. 1 means you felt super, 2 means super duper, and 3 means awesome. Please write in a chat box. There is no option for lesser. Super, super duper, and awesome. 3, excellent. Tara ma'am, your turn.
Thank you so much, all.
So it was a wonderful insights from you, Ms. Deepti. So let's move on. I now call upon person who is a certified life coach from UAE and been here with us to share her expertise, who is actually on a mission to support people in fulfilling their dreams and aspirations, making it a reality. She's on a mission on this. And so I now warmly welcome Praveena Pramod to take it forward and give us her expertise and insights. And just give me 2 seconds so that I can put up her slide. Thank you.
Right. Right, Tara. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And calling my work a mission sounds like I'm almost James Bond. That's the feeling I got. Let's hold off the slides for now. If you don't mind, I'll tell you when I want them to be played, if that's okay. Right. So, hello, everyone. I hope we're all ready to smile and are feeling good already after the first session with Deepti. So let's make that happen today. Let's make sure that we smile even at the end of the session today, right? So I'm here to talk about turning exam fears into confidence and how to nurture a positive mindset. Whether you're a student, a parent, a teacher, or anybody supporting, I'm sure this will help all of you, as it did me. Now, exams don't define us, do they? They're just part of life. And it could be your written exams, or it could be any challenges that life chooses to throw your way. And fear and anxiety can creep in with thoughts like, what if I fail? Am I good enough? What if I disappoint everybody? And for exams, you may even be worried about whether you would score enough to get into the colleges of your choice. But you have to remember something. What is fear? F-E-A-R. It is false expectations appearing real. Take the question of what if I fail? Is that real? You're expecting to fail. That's a false expectation. And it appears real because it sets this whole emotion inside you that makes you nervous, that makes you anxious. So always remember, fear is nothing but false expectations that appear real. For parents and teachers, I think your support is very, very crucial. Stressing about results can add pressure. So you as support system can focus on the learning process to make it more enjoyable and not just focus on grades. Now, I've taken many exams and I've helped my children through theirs as well. So I've learned ways to turn fear into confidence. And that is what I would like to share with you today to make exams a lot easier, or maybe a little easier, whichever way you want to look at it. Positive mindset. Let's start with the challenge of maintaining a positive mindset. So what is a positive mindset? In simple terms, that is a happy mind. that shrinks success, that thinks success as against failure. A mind that thinks I can instead of I cannot. Now, how do we train our minds to do this? Through affirmations. That's one way of doing it. Now, many of you may have already practiced affirmations, and to some, it may not have worked. Yeah, some of you may not believe in it, but let me tell you, it does if it is done right. Affirmations are simple, positive sentences. They are telling our brain good things about us. And when you keep telling your brain good things about yourself, the brain starts listening to you, right? You keep telling your brain good things about yourself, your brain will soon start believing it. Of course, that doesn't take away the requirement to put in the work to study, along with telling yourself positive things. Now, how can you use affirmations? Now I'm going to request Tara to show my first slide. Please, Tara. Yeah, how do you use affirmations? The first step would be to actually pick your affirmation. Choose some positive sentences like I'm smart and capable, I'm ready for my exams, I have prepared well, I trust myself and my abilities, right? They're all positive affirmations, positive sentences, positive talk to your brain. Write them down. Write your affirmations on paper, on sticky notes or post-its or whatever you call it, and stick it in places where you can see them. Maybe on your laptop, maybe on your desk, maybe on a mirror. Say them daily. Repeat these affirmations aloud every morning before you go to bed. Look at the mirror, smile and say it. Believe in them. When you say it, trust those affirmations and visualize yourself succeeding. We'll talk about visualization a little later, but visualize it and keep at it. Make these affirmations a daily habit, and these will definitely boost your confidence. Now, for parents and teachers, you can help by encouraging your kids to use affirmations. Share your own positive sentences and celebrate when they use yours. Sorry, when they use theirs, right? You use yours and they use theirs. Your support can boost their confidence, really help them. Once we're done with affirmations, let's move on to something else, which may be a little challenging, but very doable. That is to maintain a balanced routine during your exams. Now, during exams, we kind of stop all activities and we are so focused on studies, right? That may not be the right way to go about it. Yeah. Let me explain how you need to do it. First step is to get enough sleep. You need to calm the mind. You need to relax. Science says 8 hours of sleep is what you need, but then you have to decide what suits you, what suits your body the best. Create a bedtime routine, like reading a book, listening to calming music, and most important, turn off your gadgets at least 30 minutes before bed. Eat healthy meals. Forget the junk food. At least during this time, pay attention to a balance of protein, carbs, and healthy fats, yogurts, fruits, nuts. Eat healthy. Don't skip meals. That's one thing you should never do. Exercise regularly. Sitting and studying for the exam can take a toll on your posture, on your back, right? And can make you sluggish as well. So get up and move. Exercise makes you happy and energized. So it could be a sport, it could be just walking, dancing, anything. Aim for at least 30 minutes in a day. Take short breaks. So time your studies. Set aside, say you're going to study for 30 minutes or you're going to study for an hour. Set an alarm. Soon after you finish that time of focused study, take a break. Stretch, relax your brain. You will find that when you come back to studies, you are concentrating better. Balance is key. Balance your study with sleep, healthy eating, exercise, and breaks. make a daily schedule to keep your energy and spirits high and reduce your stress. So that's about maintaining a balanced routine through this period. Now, the next two techniques or tricks I'm going to talk about are something that are very, very dear to my heart. One is breathing right, and the other is visualizing success. Let's start with breathing right here. We all breathe, correct? But do we breathe enough is the question. Some do, most don't. And science and research has proven that we use about 30% of our lung capacity in breathing. So breathing techniques, there are plenty. Anybody who is a yoga practitioner who practices pranayama will know that there are plenty of breathing techniques. But what I have found particularly helpful is the alternate nostril breathing. The reason I find that particularly helpful is because it actually makes sure that there is even flow of oxygen to both hemispheres of the brain. How many of you are aware that we are probably not taking in the same volume of oxygen from both nostrils? And you will find that when you close one nostril and blow out through the other, holding your hand like this, and then you try it on the other side, and you'll find that the flow is different. So how do you actually balance the two? Now, and what does this actually do for you? It calms the mind. It does reduce stress, it reduces anxiety, and it actually has a very calming effect on the mind. It activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and for those of you in the science stream, you would recognize what that means. Lowering your heart rate, which is something that happens. Your heart rate just goes boom when you're afraid, when you're anxious, when you're nervous, and it controls your blood pressure as well. The other thing alternate nostril breathing helps you with is to improve concentration, because it is improving the flow of oxygen to the brain. And like I said, it allows for oxygen to flow to both hemispheres of the brain, which is very important. And it promotes overall well-being and health. What I'd like to now do is to practice with you some alternate nostril breathing. I will demonstrate it first, and then let's you and I together do at least 2 rounds of that, if that's okay. I hope that sounds all right to everybody. I can't see much of the comments. I'm not looking at them because it can get a bit distracting, but I hope you're saying yes. So for alternate nostril breathing, what you have to do is to sit comfortably with your back straight, right? Close your eyes. You know, for any kind of breathing exercise or meditation or any other mindful practice that you do, it is important to keep your eyes closed so you don't have the distraction that vision brings, right? Just close your eyes, right? Then you use your right hand, and there are 2 fingers that are actively used, which is your right thumb and your ring finger. So with your right thumb, you are going to close your right nostril and breathe in through your left nostril. Then you close your left nostril with your ring finger, release the thumb, and breathe out through the right nostril. Then you breathe in through the right nostril, shut the right nostril, and breathe out through the left nostril. Doing this continuously for about 5 or 10 minutes can really, every day that is, can really help you stay calm and focused. In fact, just before going into an exam, if you do this for 5 minutes, you will see the impact. I used to, when I was in corporate service, I would always do this before I went into a presentation or a meeting or where I had a talking role, and it really helped me. So now I am going to give you the instructions, and what I would like you to do is to do 2 rounds of the alternate nostril breathing, just so you can get a feel of what that does. Now, I am not expecting great results immediately, but what I'd urge you to do is to practice this every day. And surely and slowly, you will see the impact. So let's get started. Please sit comfortably, keeping your back straight. That is important. Your posture is very important. Close your eyes. Hold your right hand in front of your nose. With your right thumb, close your right nostril. Take a deep breath in through your left nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and breathe out through your right nostril. Now breathe in through your right nostril. Close your right nostril with your right thumb and breathe out through your left nostril. Let's repeat. Breathe in through your left nostril. Close your left nostril with your ring finger and breathe out through your right nostril. Now breathe in through your right nostril. Close your right nostril with your right thumb and breathe out through your left nostril. So if you followed me, you've done 2 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. Do this, as I said, for 5 or 10 minutes every day, and you will see the impact. And to parents and to teachers and educators, you can join the children to show your support. It is a simple yet powerful way to manage exam stress and to keep a positive mindset. Now on to the best part of what I'm speaking about today, and that's visualization. All of us have an imagination, right? This whole fear and, stress from exam also comes from imagination, isn't it? Imagining things would go wrong. What would happen if you could imagine that things would go right? Imagine that. Why should things always go wrong? Why not things going right? Because that's exactly what we do with visualization. Visualization is nothing but just closing your eyes and imagining yourself doing something successfully, like acing an exam. Simple, right? Very effective, but it has to be practiced regularly. Nothing comes easy, everything comes with practice. And with a little practice, you will see these become habits for you. And these are habits that you will see will not just help you with your exams now, but are going to be helping you right through your life. The reason this visualization is very effective is because it helps your brain get used to the idea of success. Yeah, making you feel less nervous and more confident. Even for parents, educators, and teachers, you can encourage your students to practice visualization. In fact, you can join them to support them through the process. It's very simple, yet a powerful way to build confidence and to reduce your exam anxiety. Now, how do you visualize? Again, you've got to find a quiet spot because you want a bit of silence, right? You're trying to calm your mind and think positive. Find a quiet spot where you can sit comfortably. Close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths, right? And imagine your exam day. This time, you're not going to be imagining the stress and the anxiety. You're going to be imagining everything positive. You're going to be imagining how you're going to wake up. You're going to be having a breakfast. You're going to be arriving at the exam center feeling absolutely calm. You're going to get your exam paper. You're going to look at your questions and you're going to say, oh, I know everything because I am so well prepared, because I believe in myself and I can do it. So what you're doing is you're training your mind to start thinking like that. Imagine feeling clear and focused as you work through your exam, as you give your exams. You actually see success. You picture yourself finishing your exam and feeling proud and relieved because you did your best. Now imagine if you actually could visualize all of this and what that will do to yourself, right? I would like to do this as a little exercise. This should take about 2 or 3 minutes, not more than that. Yeah. Once again, I'm guessing your response is yes, because I'm not looking at the comment section right now. Don't want any distractions. So let's get started, right? Give it a shot, see how it goes, and don't expect great results immediately. All of this needs practice. These are ways and means to cultivate a positive mindset, to get away from fear and anxiety, to convert them into something positive, right? Okay, so let's get started. So sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in again, breathe out. Now, imagine it's your exam day and you're waking up, feeling super rested and ready for the day. The morning sun is inviting, and you can smell the fresh air coming in through the window. You stretch your arms and oh, that feels so good. Then you go to the kitchen and your favorite breakfast is waiting. Oh, it smells so good. Your mouth is watering. Yummy, absolutely yummy. This could be idli or dosa, or it could be paratha, or perhaps toast and eggs with some fruit. You eat it all up and you feel so full of energy. You take a shower and you set out to the exams. The weather's perfect and you're walking to the exam, feeling the warmth of the sun in your face and the cool breeze in your hair. You're not in a rush because you have plenty of time, so you walk calmly. When you get to the exam room, it's nice and quiet. You sit down at your desk and everything is ready. You have your pen, your geometry box, your calculator, everything. You're all set. And then you get your exam paper. You start the test and oh, look at the first question. Easy. You know the answer because you're prepared. You feel super focused and you answer each one with confidence. You're in the zone and your pen just flows through the paper, cracking every question there is. Soon the test is over. You feel proud because you know you did your best. As you hand in your test papers, you feel a sense of relief and happiness. You walk out of the room with a big smile on your face, knowing you absolutely nailed it. And you're thinking, this exam was a piece of cake. The whole experience leaves you feeling amazing, like you can do anything. Just sit and enjoy that feeling. Rejoice in that feeling of having given a wonderful exam. Now, if your eyes are closed, you may open your eyes. I hope you got a flavor of what visualization can do. It is nothing but your imagination, but imagination in a positive way. You are thinking, I can do it, and not I cannot do it, right? All right, everyone. Let's bring it all together. It's really important to have a positive mindset when facing exams to turn our fears into confidence. And here's what we talked about just now. We spoke about affirmations, that is saying positive things like I can do this to feel more confident. We spoke about maintaining a balanced routine, enough sleep, eating healthy, exercise, taking breaks to keep your minds strong and calm. We spoke about breathing techniques, in particular about alternate nostril breathing to stay calm and focused. And finally, we spoke about visualization and did a little exercise in imagining doing well in the exams. I'd like you to promise all of us at Live Wire something today. Let's promise to keep a positive attitude towards exams and challenges and support each other. I want to thank you all for listening. Let's turn fear into confidence because I know you've got this. Happy to take any questions at the end of the session. And thank you for giving me this opportunity for speaking with you. Thank you.
Now again, Shel Marie, come back. Restaurant is closed. You are still imagining the paratha and the idli vada. Come back. Please write in the chat box. There is only one option left, one form, because Sam, my friend from Cameroon, is right now here and he has given the option. Please write in the chat box how you enjoyed this session. And the option is one, boom, boom, sakalaka, boom, boom, boom. There is no other options left. So please write in the chat box. Make it interactive. Awesome, man. Thank you very much, Praveena ma'am. Good to see a wonderful exercises and the visualization technique. Thank you very much. Over to you, Tara ma'am, please.
So thank you so much, Praveena. So this was a wonderful visualization and tips for students or the educators or whoever is going to take any exam in their life. That will be a wonderful one. So now I call upon Mr. Bertrand, who is a principal product engineer by professional, but he's a passionate coach from Paris. He is here with us to guide us and convert the stress to strength. So I call him, cordially invite him to take it forward and give us that way, that red path or the golden carpet where we can travel from stress to strength. So handing over to you, Mr. Bertrand. Thank you.
Thank you, Tara. And thank you so much, Deepti and Praveena, because thanks to you, I'm very relaxed to do my part. So I'm both focused visually and I'm feeling well. So it's perfect. I will not share already my slide set. I want before that to tell you that I'm grateful of being in life, and we should all be grateful for that. Grateful to be together at this time, sharing this moment. And you see, behind me there is this beautiful landscape. We should be grateful to have our Mother Earth, which is so nice, so beautiful landscapes all around the world. And my first message would be don't put too much importance on an exam or a grade because there are so many things around and so many things that will happen to you during your entire life. So yeah, this is my first message, at least. Greetings from Paris. So my name is Bertrand Genneret, and I'm an engineer in semiconductor and also a father of twins, 9-year-old twins. So I had to deal from times to times with stress, I should say. So I guess my experience can help students, but also parents and educators. And from my experience, what I've seen is that if you make stress being your enemy, and if you give it too much importance, you will not be in a good shape to succeed. You have to convert this mentality. You have to change your mind because it can be a strength, really. So let me share now my screen. Let's see if it works. I guess you can see it full screen.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So the aim of my part is to show you that we can convert stress into strength. You need it to grow, and you need it to shine in life. Let me explain in this session. You will learn how to develop your inner strength by changing your mind with regard to stress based on my life experience, my mistakes. I did a lot of mistakes, and so what? After all, I succeed because I've learned from it. And my vision is that having emotions, it's not your enemy, it's a powerful tool. And if you think about it, humans would not exist if the first humans didn't have some stress when having to deal with dangerous animals in some million years ago. Imagine a human just in front of a mammoth. Oh God, this is big, it seems dangerous. So the brain gives a signal at this time. And then it analyzes, and this guy went to talk to others. So we should be together to deal with it. And what can we do with this dangerous animal? Oh, okay, let's maybe chase him together. We are stronger. And at the end, what happened? This group could hit for several days, and they did experiment how good is emotion and how good it is to communicate emotion to be powerful. So, what else? Here is my agenda. So what are the different reasons for which I got some emotional stimuli in my life? I will list the different things I could think of, and I guess it will be relevant to students and parents. I will then focus on self-learning, which is very, very positive for humans, for students' maturity, for students to grow up and succeed in life. Also, after that, I will talk about multitasking, because, you know, nowadays we have a lot of things to deal with, and it's important to find out the good work-life balance to make our brain work correctly. The next session will be about keeping a reasonable level of anxiety. And to reach this objective, I will give different hints and action items. And one of them will be to interact with people. So I will talk about community, which is a key to succeed and to relax. And then it will bring me to the conclusion. So this is what I will talk about. Let's go for the main reason for having emotional stimuli. So when you're a student, what can happen? You have an important milestone. I mean, an important exam, something that will happen. at a certain moment. And so what? Is it so that important? I mean, life is not really a milestone. Life is a journey. So don't take it too seriously. I'm not saying don't prepare your exam, but I'm saying relax in a sense that it's just one instant of your entire life. So you don't have to think too much about it as a failure or as a succeed or whatever. You just have to consider it as it is, just a single moment of a very, very long, entire and beautiful life. The second point is parents' expectation. Sometimes as a parent, you may feel the pressure much more than the student, and you do communicate this pressure. But you have to return this. In fact, the meaning of those parent expectations is that your family love you. So be grateful for that. You have a family and your parents love you and want you to succeed. So just think about that. It's already so beautiful to be in family with a loved one. Then there is society expectation. This is a rough one. And what I have to say here is that you are unique and you are a beautiful human as a student, as a parent, as an educator. So get rid of those society expectation because we are all different. And what is working for someone will maybe not work for you. What will not work for someone will work for you. So again, don't take it too much seriously. And this brings me to the next point, which is comparing to others. Everyone has its own story. Don't compare yourself to someone else that is more successful, because comparing is nonsense. And nowadays, with internet, smartphones, and social networks, you tend to see only one part of the life of the persons. And you know, a lot of persons wear masks and show only what they want to show. So you may have the impression that everyone succeeds in everything and not you, but that's not true. That's just what they want you to believe through the social network. So please make me a favor. Turn off your smartphone, your social network, and take a good book and look at any topic you're interested in, and it will be better for your brain and for yourself. Another point, which is source of emotional stimuli, is to have fuzzy objective. This is true in my life. This was true several times in my engineering life. But as a student, the fuzzy objective may be that it may be that you don't really know what you want to do in life. And this may bring some emotional stimuli. I don't know what to do. But this is an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to ask questions to yourself, also to ask questions to people around you. What do you think about me? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What do you think I should maybe investigate? And it's also a good opportunity to do introspection. Who am I? What do I want? So fuzzy objective can just be converted in try different things to have a main objective in mind. And the last one I could think of, based on my experience, is a 12 timeline. So if you have emotional stimuli because of that, discuss about it.
Foreigner just
Sorry, yeah. One question maybe? I don't know. Yeah. So discuss about it to other students that may feel the same. Maybe you can discuss to your parents or teacher and say, oh, there is too much for so less time, and maybe you will find out solutions together. And maybe also it will make you focus only on important things to look at, and maybe some part can be just ignored, and or maybe you don't have to take too much time on those part of the lessons or what you have to prepare. So if I have to summarize this slide, convert all those sources of emotional stimuli into something that will bring you to action items, and change your mindset from emotional stimuli to positive mindset. So use your emotions for self-learning. Nervousness may be due to different things. So the first may be the fact that you don't have the good knowledge. So you have an exam and you have the feeling that I don't have the background, the good background to succeed. But it's not a big deal. It means that you will do a movement at that time. So you did already a movement. You did acknowledge that you don't have the good knowledge. So it will make you move forward, trying to find out maybe which document to look for. So you can look at the different documents you have in your house, or you can ask other students, or you can ask teachers, or whatever. You can also ask directly to family or friends for some more informations. Maybe you did identify someone that has a good knowledge on what you will pass an exam for. So don't hesitate to discuss with him or her, and I can guarantee that a lot of people are eager to help. There are a lot of kind people in life. So all in all, it makes you having action items. It's a driver to connect to experts that may help you, and this will make your network grow up. The network can be parents association, specialized educators, teachers, and this will be through your entire life. You need a positive network. You need to learn from others. You may have worries due to mistakes, or because you took bad decisions, or you did pursue wrong direction in your life. But those worries are opportunities. Together, lesson learned. You can write a document your mistakes, and remember them, because later on in your life, you can teach to new students or new employee when you will be older how to avoid to fall into the same trap, into the same situations. And this is exactly what I'm doing right now with you, in fact. So I've learned from some mistakes, and I explained how to deal with it, how to embrace the fact that we are not perfect. It's okay. I mean, most often you learn more about from your mistakes than your success. So don't be too worried about that. And another thing is that talking about your past mistakes show honesty and integrity, which are wonderful qualities. I can guarantee that integrity is a key word in companies. And there is no bad decision or wrong direction. There is a destiny. I really believe in destiny. You constantly evolve and progress. And this is what I'm doing also. I did fail from times to times. I tried, for instance, to join an engineering school, and I failed on the exam. And what I did, I went into another school for 2 years, learning physics, optics. I learned a lot there, and my best friend is from there. So I would not meet him if I didn't fail in this exam. And after 2 years, guess what? I tried again to join the engineering school, and I did succeed. So there is a destiny at the end. And no matter if you fail or succeed in some exam, it's not your entire life again. So what I'm saying here is that once you understand that you have a destiny and you will evolve in life and you will change of work, study, or whatever, with time, you will gain into maturity and wisdom. And if you heard people, you will see that the old people usually have a lot of wisdom because they did exercise a lot of high and low steps in their lives, and they did experiment a lot of things, and they have good advices to give. Nowadays, there are many things to do to handle. It's not easy, and it creates some tension due to multitasking. But this tension helps you to determine what is your good work and personal life balance. Think about it. There is too much. I feel a lot of tension. This means something goes wrong. So it makes your brain think about that. And it drives you towards action items to maybe decrease some daily tasks that are not that important. So you will learn to prioritize. And it is a good thing in life. It helps you also to determine the good amount of sleeping time for your body, your brain, for instance. So if you feel you have a lot of tension, maybe it means that you need to sleep much more during night to recover. It gives you an alert also of a need for a break, maybe. Sometimes you have too much tension at one time during the day. Take a nap. It's okay. It's good for you, and it's good for the body. Also, it brings envy for doing some extra activities. So you may want to focus on some activities. And at the same time, you may want to do some sport. You may want to connect with nature. And all of that make you take care of your body. And at the end, it's not that you lost time. No, you're gaining time. You're gaining time, you're gaining lifetime first because you take care of your body. And you're gaining time because when you're doing sport, for instance, when I'm running, I can guarantee that my brain have new ideas for my work later on. And at the end, I did gain time during my full day. So doing sport is important. Connect with the nature. So closing your eyes, smelling the fresh air is very good also for your brain. And I'm pretty sure you did experience that already, but when you take a shower, for instance, sometimes you have a new ideas that pop up or some thinking you have at this particular moment because you are very relaxed and the brain is working naturally and you have new ideas, you have new ideas. And this is a good example, but it can be also during leisure times. You're playing board games with friends. And this kind of activities helps you to gain in creativity. So this is good. In brief, tension due to multitasking helps you to have action items. And this is good because you will take good decisions to relax because we are not robots, we are humans. And that's so beautiful. Now let's talk about anxiety level. So what are the signals to look at? Because you need to to be aware of that. So there are some alarm signals where anxiety level, meaning that anxiety level is too high. If you have some insomnia, stomach pain, or if you're being in sweats, that means that you have too much pressure. Okay, so take time to analyze how to react in this situation. So, what brings you at this level of emotion? Write it on a paper with a clear words about how you feel, what happened, why, what are the root cause for that. And then, in front of it, put some actions to reduce this level. So what could be the actions? Sometimes it means changing a part of your life. Maybe you need some new activity, you need to reduce one particular activity. Self-listening is very powerful door for new opportunities. So I can give you an example. I was having a big anxiety level because of a big project coming. And what I decided to do is for 1 or 2 days to go outside or just near the sea on the beach, just to relax. And it brings me a lot of energy at the end. So I didn't lost 2 days. It helps me to succeed in this challenge. So you have to do self-listening to feel better before being in too much anxiety. Also, if you're feeling bad, if you have some insomnia and so on, talk to people about what you feel to gather advices. Because sometimes you need an external view and take time to analyze the different feedbacks from different people. And this will help you because you will verbalize what you feel, you will share it, and people will help you. I can guarantee that people will help you in that case to reduce the level. So community is really a key. By community, I mean family members, teachers, friends, colleagues, medical experts, associations, educators, neighbors. And those are just a couple of examples of people that can bring joy, good vibes to you to help to deal with your emotions. So in conclusion, those emotions means that you are part of humanity. You are in life. Your brain works properly. It works well. It's good. Stress is a driver for action items. It's a signal that you are out of your comfort zone. So this means you start self-learning. You do improve, and you're about to make a progress. Tension is helpful to do some filtering or prioritizing your daily tasks. And the main advice I give to you is to not stay alone with your doubts, your worries. There are plenty of people around you eager to help. So please keep a beautiful and energetic network. You will then be stronger. You will be invincible. Nothing is impossible but possible. And those will be my last words for today. I do really hope it helps. It will help.
Awesome. Awesome, Bertrand. It's really, really so insightful and really gives that strengthening that community and we have to move forward together. That means a lot. So we tend to go alone when we are feeling stressed. So that's not the thing. We are supposed to go inwards and meet with the people to come out of this. So amazing. So thank you so much. So let's move on. And now I would be calling upon the rock star, as Dr. Farhan sir calls. So Shel Marie from UK, who has 16 years, 11 years of experience in empowerment coaching, and she's a motivational speaker. She's an inspiration, and she uses creative arts to inspire and empower people. So that is the strength of her. And as soon as we see her, we also get so energized. Her energy is contagious. So let's grab her energy and learn more tips and tools to thrive through these exams. So I call upon Shel Marie to take it forward, and she's from UK. So if I missed to mention that.
Thank you
Shel.
so much, Tara. And wow, what an incredible, already informative session with lots of insight we've already gained. We've had active breathing techniques. We've had incredible advice. I really loved all your examples as well. So thank you all so much. And of course, thank you to Dr. Farhan for organizing this event and for all the incredible people on his team. And Tara, thank you so much for your beautiful introduction. It was really nice. So just to let you know, just because I actually, I don't know if any of these beautiful parents or children at a school I'm currently working at in Montenegro are on the call, I just want to say I'm not in the UK right now. I'm actually in Montenegro, and I'm having a really beautiful experience right now, expressing art and the creative arts with lots of incredible children. And this topic couldn't have come at a better time because it's very close to my heart right now. I've actually had quite a few children already at the school, just even when I'm doing their painting, coming to me and feeling this anxiety surrounding exams. So I feel very honored and privileged to be here today and to be able to express my thoughts on just my experience and just ways to empower you and motivate you and make you know that you can and you will achieve anything you want to achieve. As lovely Praveena said, I'm sure the other speakers as well have said it, but it was really strongly said there. When we put our mind to something and we truly believe in ourselves, we can make it happen. So yeah, thank you so much. I'm just going to put my PowerPoint on now. And let me just make sure it shares okay. Oops, sorry. That's not the screen. We had it all set up and now, well, no, this is a learning curve though, because in life, things don't always go to plan. So it's important, reframe, that can everybody see my screen okay? Perfect. So yes, in life, things don't always go to plan, and we just need to learn actually to adapt. So thinking about that in the sense of exams, you might wake up and you might not be having a good day. You might feel sad. Something might have happened in your life. But it's really important that we just prioritize right now with being present. And so in that, I want to talk about thriving through examinations. And this is not just about examinations, it's about everyday life. And just knowing that you can and you will when you put your mind to it. So let's learn how to navigate through exams season with confidence, clarity, and calm. As you can see, actually for me, being calm is not something that comes naturally to me. I have very high energy. So even when I was listening to these incredible talks, there was a part of me I wanted to get up, move. But sometimes we have to think, this is the situation we're in right now. This is the best behavior that I can present in this situation. And actually, I really love the breathing techniques. How can I calm my mind? And even if you just see that switch in the way I use my voice and my energy, I've gone from very, very strong energy, very energetic, to calm your mind, because our mind is always listening. So just simply something I love to do is I like to breathe in and then I like to push out. I like to pretend that something is in front of me that's really strong and powerful, to let out that excess energy, because often my energy is so high that I need to bring it down. So yes, with confidence, with clarity, and with calm, we can just breathe in, be present, focused in the moment, and just take a moment in that exam, if your mind is so wild, to just say, I've got this, I can do this, just as we had earlier about affirmations, and I'm ready to do the best I can do in this situation. So let's reframe. I can't. Already the energy of that is just so strong and so definite. And if we change it to not even I can, because sometimes we're not at a point where we can say I can. Going from one extreme, one polarity, to the other is quite a big thing for people to do, a big leap. So instead of saying I can, and your mind being like, no, you can't, because sometimes it's quite hard when we have such a strong opposite view to get our mind to think the other way. So instead of I can, what I try to say to the children or to other people that I client and my clients that I coach is I say, I am willing to try. Maybe not yet. So reframing. So instead of I can't, I'm going to give it my best. Okay, so then your mind can't argue with that, because in saying I can give it my best, your mind can't be like, oh, well, no, you're not good at that, because your mind doesn't know. Whereas if you switch from I can't to I can, you're doing such an opposite view that it's easy for your mind to say, well, you just said I can't, so now you're saying I can. Well, that's a complete contrast. So just imagine like a mountain. We're not going to straight away think of everything that's going to come at us as we climb the mountain, or what's going to be at the top. First of all, we just simply need to pack our bag. We need to think, okay, what might I need to eat? What might I need to wear? What about if the weather looks like this? Just packing your bag, maybe just buying your hiking shoes. Okay, because we know that certain shoes are not going to be the best for our journey. So in the sense of an exam, do you need to think about what you're going to eat when you get home from the exam? No, not right now in this moment. Of course, you need to be prepared and eat something delicious beforehand. But right now in this moment, you need a pencil. You need a pencil or a pen to get started. So just strip it back. What right now? You don't even know what the question will be. So why are we going to straight away say, I can't, when you haven't even looked at the question? Similarly, think about the order. Say you get to a question and the order, and you can't think, your mind is not thinking about that question and you're unsure of the information. What happens is we freeze and we get caught in that on that question. Go to the next question. Don't stay at that question. Keep going. Imagine if your route was unclear and you're trying to get through and then it's blocked. What would we do? We just say, oh, I'm here forever. I'm never going to move. It's blocked. No, we try and find a new route. We try and find a new direction. So just because it says 1, 2, 3, 4, that doesn't mean you have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you need to go to number 4, go to number 4. And then once you feel that clarity and that confidence and that calm again, maybe your mind then, in fact, your mind will be ready to go back to that other question. Because sometimes in the questions later on, you might find the answer to that original question. You might have that spark of creativity and inspiration. So don't think that you have to do it a certain way. We are all unique and we can do it to the best of our ability and capabilities in that moment. So thinking about that, plan your time wisely. You've got all this time now to really make good use of your time. Worrying about the end result, which is the exam in this case, is not the best use of our time. As Praveena said, affirmations, put them up. Where what I love to do is have in front of me before I go to bed and when I wake up, it's like a visualization board. Be creative. Put on there things that you maybe things that you've forgotten that you want to have when you're brushing your teeth. Look over your times tables or something that you know you need more inspiration and confidence with. Put it on your mirror. And our subconscious mind is so clever that even when we think we're not looking at something, it is all going into our mind. So make your environment so positive and so insightful that you are already getting knowledge all around you and it's going in without you even having to try. So again, mindful breaks, that beautiful breathing technique, or simply just getting up and stretching. Don't again feel like, of course, you know, in the most sensible way in an exam, we don't want people being silly and distracting others. But if you need to stand up and you need to stretch, and you can do that in a calm and collective and kind manner to the other people in that area, do it. Don't sit there all uncomfortable if you have that excess energy. And again, so going back, practicing that self-talk. For most of my life, my mind was not a very kind place, and I had to really work on improving it. And when those thoughts came in, I had to acknowledge them. Okay, I'm feeling this thought right now. Give gratitude. Thank you, mind. I know you're trying to reveal something to me, but I don't accept that. And then change it with a new thought. So just really think, if you were your best friend right now, would you say these things to yourself? Would you go to your best friend and say, you're going to fail your exam, you're going to be no good? No. So why would you say that to yourself? Okay. So again, tools to stay calm and focused. Breathing techniques, which we've already talked about. I'm not going to go over what other people have said because they've always done such a great job. And I'm really glad that we're listening and just adding on to each other and extending and using repetition to remind each other of the incredible talks that are happening today. Visualize success. Thank you so much. And plenty of rest and sleep. Now, if you are, because your mind's so busy, find it tricky to sleep, sleeping, resting is the next best thing. So you might get up and start playing your video game or doing something. This isn't really going to calm our mind. It's going to get it more active and more, lots more energy flowing through. So often, because like I said, I have a lot of energy, I like to go and rest. I have to switch off, I rest, maybe visualize my success, do some breathing techniques, and then eventually I will calm my mind to such a state where I will just naturally fall asleep. So just again, just taking those techniques and just taking care of yourself and giving your body what it needs. So back to the body, fueling the brain, staying hydrated, and moving your body. So going back to the mountain and packing our bag, we need a pencil or a pen, something to write with. Don't just assume that it's going to be there for you. Be prepared, but it will be in your school. Again, if you do not take water, your brain is going to straight away feel dehydrated. So making sure you have water, but again, not guzzling all the water so then you have to get up and go to the toilet. You can wait and have a little sip of water at a time. It's not going to do anything to you. So just preparing that bag, preparing that mindset, preparing what you need physically to be the best version that you can be in that exam. And support. We're all here now supporting one another because we're being conscious, we're being present, we're listening. We're not just repeating the same things, we're saying it in our own way, but being respectful of the previous speaker, so that we are giving you repetition and we're repeating what are good tips for all of us. Because essentially someone could say something, but we need that repetition for it in order for it to go in, okay? So if the next speaker says something similar again, don't think, oh, I've heard this already. No, this is great, because with repetition, that's how we learn. So talk it out. Don't just hold it all inside and suppress your feelings, because what naturally happens is when we suppress something and we have that tension, at some point, it's gonna explode. So let it out. And if you're not confident to talk, write it on your journal. Write it out as frantically as you want. And if you want to, put it in a ball and throw it in the bin, okay? Let it out, whatever way you feel. Go for a walk, go dancing, change the scenery. Speak to people, and if you feel that when you speak to someone, it's not making you feel good inside, then maybe that's not the best person to speak to. But there's lots of people. There's all your incredible teachers. There's your parents. There's your peers. So many people around you ready to help you and to help you evolve and be comfortable and ready. You've got this. And then finally, I just wanted to leave you with this quote just to help you remember. So, exams are not just a part of, exams are just a part of your journey. They do not define you or define your future. I'm not sure why my PowerPoint stopped, but it's okay. So I want you to just really think about that. Oh, here we go. Sorry about that. Let me go back. For some reason, it froze. So exams are just a part of your journey. They don't define your future or you, okay? So what matters is your growth, your effort, and your resilience. Think of the power of these strong words, okay? Your resilience. You have the tools to rise above any challenge. See it as an opportunity for growth. And you are always much stronger. And I don't mean physically, I mean in your mind, in your spirit. You are much stronger than you think. So, thank you all for listening. And remember, you've got this.
Wonderful. It was awesome, Shel. So it's very, very great to hear and get the great thoughts from you. So this will be really helpful for any individual, whether it's a student or an educator or a mother or whatever the phase they are in. So thank you for sharing your insights and thoughts and tools. So let's all imbibe it and then implement
Please,
it so that we take
we have missed the rating of Bernard. No,
Bertrand.
I want a rating because that will keep us interactive. For Bernard, you can say write one for Picasso of perspective or Eiffel Tower, and for Shel Marie, one for the Big Bang of brilliance, timeless and striking, and two for the Royal Knight of knowledge, bow down to wisdom. It was really awesome, excellent from both Bertrand and Shel Marie. What energy! Excellent. Thank you very much.
So we all saw the energy bomb Now let's move on to Dr. Sam, who is joining us from Cameroon with a lot of clinical psychology experience, and he is a clinical social worker. So, with his immense amount of expertise in coaching, helping, taking care of people, he is going to take care of our minds today with his positive mindset session and give us more insights as we are going through from the start. It's like one on the other, one on the other. So let's take one more step with Dr. Sam, and he is from Cameroon and Central Africa. So I invite him to take it forward. Thank you, Dr. Sam.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much. I am grateful to Dr. Farhan to be part of this webinar. It's actually been a serious challenge with a lot of power failure in Cameroon, and to be more specific, in the Northwest region here, which we have light sometimes, not up to 3 hours a day, and that makes life very uncomfortable. So notwithstanding, I am Sam Takoh. You've already introduced me, a clinical psychologist, and I run a counseling clinic in Cameroon, and I'm the founder of Funkam Community and Mental Health Organization, and also the director of Funkam Institute for Professional Development. And all of these, our focus is on mental health. So I really appreciate this privilege, and I shall be talking under the subject, building a positive mindset and transforming fears into confidence. And I want to look at briefly what really fear is in its sense. So by definition, fear is that natural emotional response that we have, and or which we perceive a threat or a danger that is coming maybe towards us. This perception, it can be natural. When I talk about natural, it means that it is based on on real danger, and fear as well can be irrational. When it becomes irrational, it means it is based on unfounded beliefs. So let me pause for a while to ask somebody, has somebody on any basis been faced with a situation that brings either a natural or rational fear, and how was your reaction towards this phenomena, either natural or irrational? I don't know if somebody has a story to share, just for maybe a minute or two, on how that the fear was for him or how, and what was the situation that provoked the fear to happen. I don't know if there is any quick person that can say one or two words as far as that is concerned, so we don't kill time.
Oh, I was driving my car home and I heard a really loud noise coming from the engine and it freaked me out. I was like, okay, my car's not working. What am I going to do? And I was shaking and scared when I was driving, but I prayed the whole time to get me to the mechanic. And thankfully, I got to the mechanic and there was really something seriously wrong with my car. So I'm grateful that I made it there, but I was really scared.
Okay, I appreciate and the story of driving, and I appreciate that story, and that's quite intriguing. And these are things that happen on a daily basis. Let me give one here in the region where I am, with the experiences which we have with the crisis here in Cameroon. I was driving to one of the hinterlands where I was going to carry out awareness creation on aspects of mental health. And so when I left the city, and I was now in the village setup. You know, we have the non-state armed groups here, and sometimes they can be very scary. And so when the driver was negotiating a bend, behold, I saw in front of me more than 100 of these non-state armed groups with all weapons. I mean, looking very fierce. And automatically, honestly, if I were not having a mastery of my mind, I would have maybe peed on my dress or urinated on my dress or something. And the word that just came on me, and I shouted, "Hey, Jesus!" You know, and that was a natural fear that came when I bumped into a group of people I know could be harmful to me, especially when they see that maybe you look a little bit responsible. They can kidnap you and take you to the bush and ask for ransoms, which maybe I may not be able to pay. So that brought real fear in me. And that is just exactly some of the things that happened. And sometimes the one somebody is just hiding beside, and by the time that you are coming, the person just jump bombs on you, naturally, bap, and shouts, and that can actually create real fears in you. So those are some examples of the fears that we talk, natural fears that we can experience. And shared her story of a car, which sometimes can be very scary too. You know, you are driving, you want to negotiate a bend, and behold, another car is coming towards the opposite direction on top speed. That can equally cause you, out of fear, to drive towards the person that's coming towards you. So those kind of fears can actually come your way when you are in a given community or setup or environment. So what then will be the purpose of fear? We talked about the natural and the irrational fear. What really could be the purpose? Remember, we are talking on building a positive mindset and transforming fears into confidence. So what then is the purpose of fear here? Fear can serve as a positive mechanism. That is, what do I mean by positive mechanism? It can somehow serve as kind of alerting you to a danger. And if it alerts you to a danger, it can help you noticing the danger to avoid any harm that comes your way as a result of that. So that is the purpose for fear, by definition of the topic I'm working on here. So I will briefly talk about some few types of fears, the rational and the irrational. So with the rational fear, it is based on real threats. The threats, like what I just shared, armed groups. The threats could be maybe you are falling into maybe a river. You're crossing a bridge. You are falling into a river. It could be maybe thieves have broken into your house and they are pointing guns on you. So those could be rational height of fear. Rational height of fear. And for irrational fears, we have often exaggerated or unfounded fears. It could be maybe you want to do a presentation in the public and you come out of the showroom, you see a population of 1,000 persons, and automatically, boom, you kind of, the fear bombs into you, and you cannot be able to utter some words for some few minutes because you are still taking some time to actually acclimatize to the environment, familiarize yourself to the environment before you can be able to speak. So now, if we know that fears can be natural and it can be rational, and this creates an imbalance with us, it sometimes creates confusion. Sometimes some people can make them even go off or unconscious. Now, how can our minds be able to accommodate these kinds of fears and we strive as individuals? So in that light, I will be talking on the power of the mindset. And talking about the power of mindset, I would talk about the growth mindset versus the fixed mindset. Now, when I talk about the growth mindset, what am I talking about here? The growth mindset is a belief system, or is a belief that our abilities and our intelligence can develop through efforts or learning. That's a growth mindset. It is either a situation, our intellectual ability, it can develop to the point where we learn through efforts as well as, we develop our mindsets through efforts as well as we can do this through learning. And so a growth mindset is the belief that the abilities and our intelligence can develop through dedication. Actually dedicating yourself to do something. It can come through hard work. It means you work day and night, sleepless nights in order to earn a living or earn a reputation or earn maybe something. And it could be through learning, where you study books, you read biographies, you read excerpts of what people have been able to write about a specific area of fear or a specific area of a challenge. And through this, when you learn, you can now be able to develop your mindset to face fears or odds of life. And so this concept of growth mindset is very popular with psychologists. And one of the psychologists I enjoy reading her work is Carol Dweck. And he writes a lot on this growth mindset. That's Carol Dweck. He writes a lot on that. And so in contrast to growth mindset, we have what we call the fixed mindset. And what does this entail? It's that belief of our abilities. It is a belief that our abilities are static. That is, we cannot grow, we cannot change, we cannot develop, and nothing can happen good. That's a kind of fixed mindset that we may have that actually affects the way we interact, affects the way we behave, affects the way we relate with people on a daily basis, and even affects the circumstances that we experience in life. So I want to look at some of the characteristics briefly of growth mindsets that can build a positive, can influence us positively. One of the characteristics of this growth mindset could be we can embrace our challenges. Any individual with a growth mindset sees challenges as opportunities to learn and to grow. I want to share a challenge that I had. Running through my PhD, I see many lecturers had a strike in the capital city, in Yaoundé, that the government has not recruited them, has not employed them. And I looked at it to be funny. But I know that to start up a firm, it's quite challenging, and I may not have the resources to start. So I challenged myself that if some people did it, if some people own universities, then are those people carrying some horns on their head that shows that it is only them who can be able to do it? So I said, no, I will not use my knowledge to go stand in front of offices to beg for employment, but rather I would use my knowledge to create wealth by impacting people with knowledge. So now I started a counseling clinic. I even asked some very close associates for assistance that express challenges. So I started small with one client. And before I knew it, I had many clients. And from the challenges that I had, I could develop a training program that could train more people in order to help some people in the communities, knowing that we're in a crisis zone. So I was able to embrace that challenge. It is not easy, but if others have done it and succeeded, it means that I too can do it and I succeed. So today I own a professional training school that trains people on mental health and advocacy. And presently we are enrolling students in the first degree and masters, and I'm looking for affiliations, which we are working. But if I do not challenge myself with a growth mindset, I will be on the same spot. And I believe it's because I challenged myself to give out knowledge that Dr. Farhan had found it worthy that I can participate in this global webinar. So sometimes we should not be hooked with our knowledge, limiting ourselves to ourselves, but we should move out of the horizon and do exploits. That is a growth mindset. And when we challenge ourselves, we can learn. We learn from our errors and we grow. People that succeed are those who have had challenges and errors, they have fallen, but not relying on their negative challenges or difficulties, but working on their negatives and their challenges to build positivity. So that's a growth mindset. So somebody who does not challenge himself with difficulties can never grow. You have a fixed mindset that only others can succeed and I can't succeed. Another characteristic of a growth mindset is persist in the face of setbacks. I think that is what I did. I run a counseling clinic where even UN agencies in Cameroon are sending clients, and they are hiring our organization to carry out mental health programs for those who are into crisis, who are facing crisis, because I had setbacks. I did not sit on my setbacks. I challenged myself through learning and ability to do the things right, and they found favor and opportunities are coming. So when you have a setback and you rely and you don't persist in working towards challenging yourself and learning from the challenges, you will never grow. So the view of failures for somebody with a growth mindset is an opportunity through which he learns from the negatives and to put things right and record straight. So we need to have a mindset that is positive and persist in our setbacks. This is the way forward for those who want to grow. Another challenge is efforts as path mastery. You know, when you have an understanding of what you want to do and you have difficulties, and then you put in some efforts in those things which you are doing, you become a master to it. If I did mental health and I just sat quiet, the ideas can filter out from my mind. But because I'm putting effort on every day, even with limited resources, to go places, the more I do the work, the more effort I put, the mastery I have for what I have to do. And that gives a path of success as an individual. And because I put effort, I keep improving on a daily basis, and I succeed on my path of challenges as I go through my work based in Cameroon here. Another characteristic of a growth mindset is learning from criticism. You know, somebody who does not accept criticisms can never grow, can never improve, can never gain confidence from people, and can never have people, behind him to support him to grow. Sometimes the people that criticize you are those who are willing to see your growth. The people who criticize you are those who watch at you keenly. If you are sitting and look at me, you will not know what is behind you. So those who look at you from behind are those who can actually say that these are the areas of errors which you are experiencing. So those who look at you from behind and are able to criticize you are people who love you. And you must bear in mind, as somebody with a positive growth mindset, that people criticize you for negative reasons and they criticize you for positive reasons. But if you know where you are going to and people are criticizing you, you embrace the things which are truth and work on it and go ahead. And those who have that which have no basis on your work, you throw them off and embrace the people. And the people that criticize you, keep them in a deep freeze. Why do you have to keep them in a deep freeze? You will use them someday to achieve your goals in life. So those who criticize you are those who are helping you to see your weaknesses and to improve on them and to move forward. So I rather go closer to those who criticize me than those who praise me. I'm not saying that praising is a bad thing, because praises encourage you to go further. But somebody with a growth mindset embraces both criticism negatively and positively. So if you are listening to me, you hate criticism, it means you hate growth and you hate learning. That's the little pause I want to say here. Lastly, for the characteristics of growth mindset is, there are many, but I want to talk about this last one. Inspired, the people with a growth mindset are inspired by the success of others. You know, people with fixed mindsets, when people are succeeding, the part they play in their life is to criticize them and to do everything possible to ensure that they fail. But those with a growth mindset, when they see the good and how others are achieving and succeeding, they are inspired. Before getting to this level, when I completed my first degree, I did the first unit of clinicals for clinical counseling, the first unit. And when I looked at my mentor, Dr. Ndongde Golof, he was doing so well. I saw how people were getting healed when they had therapy with him. And I was inspired by that. And I told him, I want to be like you someday. And not only you, but go beyond the horizons of where you are. And I had just first degree then. And then I did not know he lectures in one of the universities in Cameroon. So I enrolled in the University of Bamenda for my master's degree, first year. And we had a class, psychopathology. And behold, I saw him entering the class. And when he saw me, he said, Sam, what are you doing here? And I simply said, Doctor, remember I said I wanted to be like you. And that's why I'm here. So because I saw him doing so well, and he was one of those who criticized me the most in the class in order to give me the right perspective of counseling. And I was sometimes depressed, but I saw the good in what he was saying. So when he told me, what am I doing in class? I said, I wanted to be like him. And after finishing with my PhD, I was having a counseling session with a client in my office. And the client happened to have known Dr. Ndongde, and I didn't know him, didn't know she knew him. And so when we spoke and finished, she actually got healed. And then she asked if she can ask me a question. I said, please go ahead. She said, do you know Dr. Ndongde Golof? I said, yes, I know him. He mentored me. And he said, throughout our therapeutic session, I was seeing but him in you. So I was inspired by his knowledge. I was inspired by his criticisms. I was inspired with his intelligence. And somebody is saying, I see him in you. If I were not inspired, I would not move towards doing what I'm doing today. So let us be inspired by the success of others. That will be a spur that will spur us to greater achievements. So find a motivation in somebody that you know can give you the best. That's what I'm trying to say. And when you find, do not hesitate to praise them. Do not hesitate to encourage them. Do not hesitate to tell them that they are a model to your life. Do not hesitate even to support them financially, because their inspiration has inspired you, and your inspiration through him will inspire another person that is looking up to you and you don't even know. So let us appreciate the success of others. If this webinar is nice and you are inspired by it, host your own to impact lives. That is an inspiration, which I want to call all of us to enjoy as we listen to others speak here. So I would be talking on some of the examples of growth mindset. I just want to mention just a few. One, academic performance. For a fixed mindset, if somebody with a fixed mindset will just say, I'm just not good at mathematics. I'm just not good in the medical field. But somebody with a growth mindset will say, I can improve my mathematics skills. I can improve my counseling skills with practice and effort. That's somebody with a growth mindset. And with a psychologist will say, I can improve with my counseling skills. Maybe through listening, active listening, maybe through encouragement, maybe through empathy and all of that. So let me leave that one example. There are many other examples we can talk about here. With a fixed mindset, the people believe that they cannot grow. Where they have ended, as it was today, so shall it be tomorrow till the end of the world. There is no need for improvement. That is somebody with a fixed mindset. And let me just give few characteristics of those with fixed mindset. Those with fixed mindsets avoid challenges. Individuals may shy away from challenges to avoid failure. You know, somebody with a fixed mindset in a classroom, they may ask a question, who is a counselor? With a fixed mindset, he cannot speak because he believes that if he speaks, they'll correct. And if they correct, he will be ashamed. And when people shame him, he will not feel comfortable in the midst of people. So he develops a withdrawn attitude. That is typical of people with a fixed mindset. They avoid failures. But those who growth mindset, they will fail again, and they still fail. When they succeed, their achievements are always great after they succeed. Those with fixed mindset give up easily in life. Setbacks, when they have one setbacks, I will not try it again. They go to school, they do physics, they cannot succeed, they leave. They go to mathematics. They don't succeed, they leave and go to literature. At the end of the day, they are masters of all, jack of all, masters of none. That is a typical example of those with a fixed mindset. And then examples, let me just give an illustration for statements. Somebody with academic performance, as an example, will say that I'm just not good at sciences. By implications, believing that no amount of study can improve their performance in sciences is the mindset of somebody with a fixed mindset. Now, I want to talk about a positive impact of fear on growth mindset. You know, one of our greatest goals is we want to see how we can transform our mindsets to become positive, especially for those with fixed mindsets. So now I'm going to look at somehow positively we can be able to impact fear and growth as individuals. That is positive impact of fear on the growth mindset. One, motivation. Those with a positive mindset, even though they fear failure, they are motivated to overcome their fears. Let me just ask you one of those questions. Have you failed many times and it has discouraged you? Have you come from a family where people think that nothing good can come out of you? Do you sometimes look at yourself like a failure in life? And that is the kind of mindset that you have. I challenge you and I encourage you and I motivate you this day that the fears of the unknown will always come. But when you are positive about the challenges that you have, that you can overcome as an individual, this will help you to challenge your fears and to improve on your knowledge and skills towards success. For example, a student fears failing a course, and this prompts the student to abandon classes. But the one that is positive, I know that this course is difficult, but if I seek counsel from those who are very good in it, I can make it. That is a student with a motivation to succeed amidst challenges and failures. So I would end at that one example. And those who cannot be able to challenge their fears, their negative fears, will remain with a mindset that will never grow, will remain with a kind of mindset that will always keep them on the same spot. So how